Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm actually going to be going over my most reached for and favorite makeup brushes. As you all know, I do have many brushes in my collections, and I have just kind of gone through all of them and chosen the ones that I feel are the ones that I reach for, that continually perform well for me over and over again, and ones that I would highly recommend if you're looking for some new makeup brushes or maybe gifts, or maybe you're just starting out with makeup and you're looking for some good quality brushes that'll stand the test of time to add to your growing collection. You're going to see a lot of different brands and a lot of different brushes and a lot of different price ranges. I'll also give you some alternatives if for any reason you cannot find one of the brushes that you're searching for. Every year around the holidays, usually between November and December, Costco stores will occasionally carry their makeup gift sets. And I feel like those are excellent sets for people who may be just starting out with makeup and are looking for a good range or a vast range of brushes at an excellent price or an excellent value. That is actually going to be one of my first favorite brushes. I really find that this shape and size of brush works great for applying your liquid foundation. I feel like you just pretty much pump it right onto the tip of it, and it just works really well to cover your face and gives you nice even coverage without over absorbing the product into your brush and making you feel like more of your foundation is staying in your brush than going on your face, which to me feels like a huge waste of money if I'm pretty much foundationing my brush and it's not going on my face. So anyhow, the Kirkland brushes are excellent, and this is one of my favorites for applying my foundation. Again, check for them through the holidays, and also you can find this similar shape in a variety of different ones. e.l.f., which is actually readily available, has a wonderful sort of like a flat top brush that's similar to this, only it's a little bit larger. It's going to give you the same exact effect, and that is from their Pro line, which is only going to cost you about $3. So that is a fantastic alternative, since this specific brush may not be available, but it may come out in a future release set. I'm going to go with my favorite bronzing brush. This brush is still available. It's going to cost you between $12 to $15, and this is the Sedona Lace FB03. You can see it's got like a nice kind of a flat tapered shape like this. One thing I really like about the shape of this brush is that, for example, say this is product. You swirl it in the product on one side of the brush, and if you're trying to figure out where in the world to put your bronzer or how to chisel out your facial features to just bring out the most of your cheekbones, or to maybe set back some areas that you feel kind of are prominent on your face, this is such a great targeted brush. If you're doing your bronzer and you're looking to kind of chisel out your cheekbones, if you can see, this really goes on your cheekbones and just kind of helps you discover so many different parts of your face when you're trying to apply your makeup. If you're trying to work down the sides of your nose to maybe slim a wider nose or to shorten a long nose, you can actually take a little bit of bronzer and apply it just to the tip of your nose. But as you can see, the tip end really allows you to get into the tighter creases, while the wide end kind of allows you to blend that out. This is natural bristle. I don't discriminate between natural bristles and synthetic bristles. I think each has their own qualities that make them fantastic. As long as they're kind of like cruelty free and they collect the hair naturally, I guess I would say, without harming the animal, then I am okay with purchasing natural bristle brushes. All of these brushes I'm showing you, they wash well, they dry, they hold their shape, so you don't have to be concerned with any of them possibly falling apart. I have been on the hunt for blush brushes for many years that are just really good quality. Usually when you guys see me using it in tutorials, it is covered in blush, but I cleaned all of my brushes today for you so you could really see how they look. This is, again, the Real Techniques blush brush by Samantha Chapman. You can see how nice and full the head of this blush brush is. You're not going to wind up feeling like you can't pick up product and evenly distribute it with this brush because it's so well, I guess it's poofed out. That's about the best way I could explain it. It's kind of just really puffy and fluffy, and I feel like when you put the tip end into your product and you just lightly brush it across the apples of your cheeks, not only does it feel soft and velvety and luxurious on your skin, it really evenly distributes and diffuses your blush so that you get an awesome natural effect that doesn't look kind of overdone or clownish, and it really helps you hit the top of your cheekbones and just gives you such a wonderful application of your blush. I have a variety of different blushes, and I find that even with some of the blushes that I consider duds, ones that maybe are lightly pigmented and I really have to pack them on, or maybe they're powdery, well, I still want to use those up because I don't want to waste them, and I find this picks up any texture of blush without I guess it makes me feel like it's a better blush because of the brush. And a lot of my blushes that maybe I didn't like, I've started to like more because this brush really helps you control the application of it. Whether you want heavy coverage or light coverage, I think this works just the whole gamut. It really works for all of those. And I want to say these are between maybe $8 and $10, so for the price, you're definitely going to get a good quality brush. e.l.f. Cosmetics in their $1 line makes a super tiny blush brush, and it looks like this. And some of them are a little bit thicker, so maybe if you want to like flip through the different packages and find one that might have been packed a little bit with, you know, tighter with some more bristles than the other ones, you can always find one that's a little bit thicker versus thinner. But if you're stuck with blushes that no matter what you do, you feel like they're just going on way too heavy because they're so highly pigmented, or maybe it's a cream blush and it's just super bright, like raging pink, and you feel like every time you put it on you look like a clown, this brush is fantastic. The reason why I find this sort of kind of cheaper brush that's really kind of loosely packed with bristles is that you are not going to over apply your product, because when you dip this in your product, it's really going to fan out, pick up the product, and because there's not as thick of, say, a head on this brush as this brush, you can really lightly, almost, I kind of like to say, you just kind of kiss your cheeks with a soft little brush, because you just really can't over apply with this. It's just very light to the touch, and it feels really nice on the cheek, you know, the cheeks, and I really feel like you can totally reverse problems that you have with dark blushes by using a lighter, perhaps less expensive alternative, because it's not going to pick up as much. So the e.l.f. Professional Bronzing Brush for $1 is going to be perfect for applying your highly pigmented blush on your cheeks. Moving along, I'm going to go with Blending Out. Again, this was part of the Costco collection, but I can tell you pretty much any sort of Kabuki brush. This one is just like an angled Kabuki brush, but all different brands make this, so you don't have to feel like you have to have the same exact brand, but you'll want something that you feel like you can really blend your makeup out with. Once you've kind of segmented your face and you've defined your cheekbones and you've kind of put your blush on, perhaps you've hit the tops of your cheeks with your highlighter, and you just sort of feel like your makeup looks kind of piecey, or maybe it just looks streaky, you want to take something that's really good, like a Kabuki brush or an angled Kabuki brush, and you're going to want to just blend your makeup. You're going to want to work all of your makeup together, take it around your entire face like this, and just basically you're just going to blend your makeup. And you'll find that when you do that with that final step, it just really ties in your look and keeps you from looking like you have a streak here, your blush might be overdone. Well, that's not a problem. Just take your brush and just work it out, and it'll really, really help you with the transformation and blending of your makeup. I sort of skipped this, and I probably should have done this sooner, and I'm sorry. A concealer brush, and this is hands down my favorite concealer brush, and it is the Sephora Professional Shadow Brush number 26, and I'll show you. It is a very, do you see how thin that is? It's very pencil thin. And it's very small. It's kind of no bigger than my pinky finger as far as the width. It's really small, like a pinky nail size. And I think this is fantastic for applying concealer because, well, for the simple fact, it's not rounded, it's flat. So you can get a super fine application, but it really, if you have some areas of darkness, or maybe you have some blemishes that you really need to pinpoint and get into, this is perfect for applying your concealer without over applying concealer and giving yourself that really cakey look. But you can actually work around your blemishes, because sometimes people tend to just pop concealer on the top of their blemish and just pat it a little bit. But sometimes if it's a raised blemish, you may have to kind of get up and around and under that blemish. So I think this is a fantastic option for that. This is going to run you between, I'd say, about like $12 to $14. Now I can finally get on to the eyes, and I'm going to do this in the order by which I apply. Now, a lot of people use brushes that are similar to this shape for packing on eyeshadow. Okay, MAC makes them, e.l.f. makes them, you can get them anywhere. I really tend to not use those types of brushes to pack on eyeshadow that much unless I'm doing something for a tutorial or something like that. But again, I'm sticking to my favorites, so those are not going to be in this particular list for this video. But what I do is I actually take a kind of a tapered blending brush, and this is still part of the Kirkland Signature series, but you can also buy this brush in other brands, and MAC makes a great one, and also the crease brush that is available at Target by the Up and Up line. It is $3 and it's very similar as far as, you know, the crease brush and the blending. Ooh, you can see my makeup, I just used that. But anyhow, this is another great option to that. But what I like this for is all over application. I feel like it really spreads evenly my eyeshadow all over my eyes, and then when I go in to do my crease work up and around for the windshield wiper motion that you use to just kind of blend out your eyeshadow, I really like this. Now this is a natural bristle brush, but again, you're kind of looking for shape. This one came out in last year's holiday collection, so in pretty much every year I have seen this shape brush in the Kirkland collection. Next, it is going to be for my pinpointed crease work when I do smoky eyes, and of course it's going to be a MAC brush. My absolute favorite MAC brush for that is the MAC 228. It is very small. You can see it is super small, and the reason why I really like the shape of this brush is because I tend to have sort of hooded eyelids, and for me to try to apply crease makeup, I do have to kind of fudge it a little bit because I have to sort of create a faux crease. And when I do, I actually use this in sort of a little pea-sized ball shape on the corner of my eye, and then I spread it. And I find that I don't kind of miss my crease when I'm creating a crease, or even if your eyelids are normal and you don't have issues with hooded eyelids or you don't have problems adjusting your crease, this is the perfect shape for really getting into and defining your crease area. You can also really use this to get under your eyes if you're doing a smoky shadow, or actually just across the tops of your eyes if you're trying to do some maybe like heavy shadow work in lieu of eyeliner or something. This is a fantastic brush. I want to say I spent between $16 to $18 on this brush, and it's a fantastic brush by MAC, and I think it's one that everyone should definitely have in their collection, especially if you're a fan of really pinpointed eye looks. If you are a fan of gel liner, or perhaps you're a fan of any type of cream eyeliners, this is the Bobbi Brown Ultra Fine Eyeliner Brush. And I want to say that this brush completely revolutionized my winged liner. And for those of you who have trouble with maybe applying winged liner or figuring out exactly how to get it on your eyes properly, then I really feel like this is the brush for you. This will solve probably 3/4 of your problems. This brush is going to cost you anywhere between like $18 to $23, and the reason why it's so fantastic is because I'm just actually going to show you. You just take this and you can control the thickness of your line. Do you see that? You can get thick, thin, anything like that. And I just feel like this brush is fantastic because it's small enough that you can get right up close to your lash line, and you can just kind of trace out the shape of your liner without going overboard. It really lets you get close to your lashes. And to simply do the like winged part of your liner, once you're done, just flip the brush to its flat side like this and just go like this. And the very last brush that I'm going to show you is actually free. It's so awesome. I have several spoolie brushes, like dual-ended spoolie brushes in my collection, where perhaps there's like a angled brush on one side and a spoolie on the other, and I can't find it right now, but okay, here we go. Like double-ended spoolie brushes? No. You go to Ulta, to Sephora, and if you see all those little stands that kind of stick out or whatever, they have spoolie brushes free. MAC has great ones too, but generally if you feel bad about just like taking one, which I just walk by and I'll get one when mine starts to wear out, you can always ask and they're always so happy to share with you. If you just want to kind of groom your brows or brush out your brows or whatever, these are awesome and they're free, and they're readily available pretty much anywhere where you can go to shop for cosmetics or try mascaras, at your makeup counters at the mall. All you have to do is swing by and just grab a few of these. So hopefully all of this has helped you. I just really wanted to give you some ideas for shapes of brushes, maybe things to aim for if you're looking for brushes for your collection. Of course, these are my personal favorites, and again, I do kind of tend to change up my brushes, but these are the ones that I reach for time and again. And hopefully this has helped you in some way, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!